What if I told you that the difference between people who actually transform their lives and those who stay stuck isn't talent, luck, or even motivation? It's something much simpler and more powerful. 3 years ago, I was the queen of self-improvement failure. I'd wake up Monday morning with grand plans, buy the journal, download the meditation app, and by Wednesday, I'd be back to my old patterns, wondering why I couldn't stick to anything. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about transformation. It's not about having perfect discipline or superhuman willpower. It's about building the right systems that work even when you don't feel like it. Today, I'm sharing the 10 non-negotiable habits that didn't just change my routine. They changed my entire relationship with myself. And I've saved the most counterintuitive one for last, because it's the habit that prevents all the others from becoming a prison. If you're tired of starting over every Monday, if you're ready to stop being at war with yourself, and if you want to create lasting change that actually sticks, this episode is your roadmap. Let's dive in. Before we jump into the habits themselves, let me paint you a picture. Imagine your ideal self, the version of you that shows up consistently, feels aligned with their values, and has the energy to pursue what matters most. What separates current you from that version isn't a complete life overhaul. It's the accumulation of small, strategic choices made repeatedly. The habits I'm sharing aren't random productivity hacks. They're specifically designed to give you 3 critical things. 1. Time and space to think clearly about what you actually want. 2. Energy to pursue those goals consistently. 3. Alignment between your actions and your authentic self. These habits work in combination. They're like a symphony. Each instrument plays its part, but together they create something beautiful and powerful. Habit 1. Movement as your daily reset button. The mindset shift. Stop thinking of exercise as punishment for what you ate or a way to change your body. Start thinking of it as your daily opportunity to prove to yourself that you keep your word. Here's the truth about movement. The physical benefits are just the beginning. Yes, the endorphins are real. Yes, you'll feel more energetic. But the real magic happens in your relationship with commitment. Every time you move your body when you don't feel like it, you're building evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. Evidence that you follow through. This evidence becomes the foundation for every other change you want to make in your life. My flexible approach: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday gym sessions, Tuesday and Thursday long walks or yoga, weekends whatever feels good, hiking, dancing, swimming. The key is consistency over intensity. I'd rather you walk for 20 minutes every day than run a marathon once and then do nothing for 3 weeks. Pro tip: never negotiate with yourself about whether to move. Only negotiate about what type of movement feels right that day. This removes the decision fatigue while maintaining the non-negotiable. Habit 2. The sacred phone boundaries. The reality. Check. Your phone isn't the problem. Your relationship with your phone is the problem. Here's what most people don't realize. Every notification is someone else's priority interrupting your life. Every scroll session is you trading your present moment for engineered dopamine hits. My golden rule: first 2 hours of the day and last hour before bed are phone-free zones. But here's the crucial part. I don't go cold turkey. I use the Do Not Disturb feature strategically. Everything still comes through. It just doesn't demand my immediate attention. This simple boundary has been life-changing. Morning protection. When I wake up, instead of immediately seeing what everyone else wants from me, I get to choose how I want to feel. I can do my movement, have my coffee, set my intentions, all without the chaos of everyone else's agenda. Evening wind down. Remember that frantic, buzzy feeling after scrolling before bed? Your nervous system is literally revved up from constant microstimulation. By creating this buffer, you give your mind permission to actually rest. The deeper principle: you're teaching yourself that you have agency over your attention. In a world designed to steal your focus, this is a radical act of self-respect. Habit 3. Organization as mental clarity. The connection. External chaos creates internal chaos. But here's the twist. It works in reverse too. When your systems are organized, your mind is free to think about what matters instead of trying to remember what you forgot. Organization isn't about being perfect. It's about reducing mental load. My digital command center, Sunsama, pulls all my calendars into one place: podcast, business, personal. Calendly handles international time zones automatically. Google Docs, simple goal tracking, yearly, quarterly, monthly. But here's what really matters. Choose systems that match how your brain works. I used to be pen and paper, but as my life got more complex, I needed digital solutions. Don't fight your natural preferences. Work with them. The deeper benefit? When you can see where your time is going, you can make conscious choices about where it should go. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. Habit 4. Fuel your body, fuel your dreams. The reframe. Food prep isn't about restriction. It's about energy optimization. I know what you're thinking, but ordering food is so much easier. And you're right, but easy isn't always aligned. Here's what I discovered. The difference in energy between eating takeout loaded with preservatives and eating whole foods I prepared myself is dramatic. We're not just talking about physical health. We're talking about mental clarity, emotional stability, and sustained energy throughout the day. The energy equation. When you know exactly what you're putting in your body, you can predict and optimize your energy levels. No more 3 p.m. crashes. No more food comas that derail your afternoon productivity. My practical approach. I'm not meal prepping 15 containers on Sunday. I'm preparing components, cooked grains, chopped vegetables, prepared proteins that I can mix and match throughout the week. The deeper principle. Taking care of your body is taking care of your future self. Every meal is either an investment in your energy or a withdrawal from it. Habit 5. Sunday planning as your weekly GPS. The strategy. Sundays aren't for dreading Monday. They're for setting yourself up to win. Most people stumble through their weeks reacting to whatever comes up. But what if you could approach each week with intention and clarity? My Sunday planning ritual. 1. Saturday. Plan and order groceries, separating planning from execution. 2. Sunday morning. Review calendar and adjust for balance. 3. Sunday afternoon. Food prep and meal assembly. 4. Sunday evening. Set weekly intentions. The game changer. I never schedule back-to-back meetings or calls all day. I protect time for my non-negotiables: movement, deep work, and personal time. If my calendar doesn't reflect my priorities, I'm not living my priorities. Pro tip: always build in buffer time. Life will happen, deadlines will shift. But if you've already organized the things that matter most to you, you won't sacrifice your well-being when chaos hits. Habit 6. Constant learning as personal evolution. The mindset. You are not a finished product. You're a work in progress, and that's beautiful. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. But here's the key. Make learning systematic, not sporadic. My learning architecture. Thursday 60-minute walks. Podcast learning time. Current focus area. Changes based on life stage. Right now, pregnancy and parenting. Method. Audio learning during movement. Double efficiency. The compound effect. Consistent learning, even just 1 hour per week, adds up to massive growth over time. In 1 year, that's 52 hours of focused learning, equivalent to a college course. Choose your growth areas intentionally. What skills or knowledge would most impact your goals right now? Don't learn randomly. Learn strategically. Habit 7. Mindfulness as your internal compass. The truth. You can't improve what you're not aware of. Mindfulness isn't about sitting in perfect meditation for an hour, though that's great if it works for you. It's about creating regular touch points with yourself. My mindful practices. Morning meditation, even 5 to 10 minutes. Journaling when I feel stuck. Silent walks without podcasts or music. Simply sitting with my thoughts. The purpose? If you're constantly distracted, constantly consuming, constantly busy, when do you actually check in with yourself? When do you notice what's working and what isn't? the practice. This habit helps you become the observer of your own life instead of just the participant. You start noticing patterns, triggers, and opportunities for growth that you would otherwise miss. Habit 8. Priority clarity. Using the garden method. The framework. Imagine your life has 3 gardens: health, relationships, and fulfillment. Each garden needs basic care to survive and extra care to thrive. 2 levels of priorities. 1. Non-negotiables, sun and water, the bare minimum each area needs. 2. Wants, fertilizer, the nice-to-haves that make things flourish. Example from my relationship garden. Non-negotiables: weekly date night, phone-free dinners. Wants: weekend morning together, second date night. The power of this system. When you have spare time, instead of filling it with random activities or saying yes to things you don't want, you have a curated list of activities that will genuinely improve your life. The result? Your time becomes intentional. Every choice either maintains or enhances the areas that matter most to you. Habit 9. No agenda time as pressure release. The balance, structure without suffocation. Here's the thing about having organized priorities and planned weeks. It can become overwhelming if you don't build in space to just be. My no agenda time. 2 hours every Sunday afternoon where I can do literally whatever I feel like in the moment. Watch Netflix, scroll social media, take a nap, call a friend, go to the beach, whatever. Why this matters? This isn't laziness or lack of discipline, it's sustainable living. When you know you have permission to do nothing, you don't feel trapped by your own systems. The psychology. Restriction without release leads to rebellion. By building an intentional flexibility, you actually stick to your structure better the rest of the time. Habit 10. Flexibility as your superpower. The revelation. The habit that changed everything wasn't about adding more structure, it was about adding more grace. I used to be a routine perfectionist. If I missed my morning workout, the entire day felt ruined. If I didn't follow my schedule exactly, I felt like a failure. The shift. Flexibility isn't the opposite of discipline, it's the highest form of self-awareness. Real examples. Planned gym session but feeling emotionally drained? Convert it to a gentle walk. Scheduled work block but not feeling creative? Switch to admin tasks. Meal prep day but energy is low? Order healthy options and prep what you can. The deeper principle? Your routine should serve you, not enslave you. The goal isn't perfect execution. It's consistent progress in alignment with how you actually feel and what you actually need. The paradox. When you give yourself permission to be flexible, you actually become more consistent. You work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. The integration, how it all works together. These aren't 10 separate habits you need to perfect. They're interconnected systems that support each other. Movement gives you energy for everything else. Phone boundaries protect your mental space. Organization provides structure. Food prep fuels your body and mind. Sunday planning creates intentional weeks. Constant learning expands your possibilities. Mindfulness keeps you connected to yourself. Priority clarity guides your choices. No agenda time prevents burnout. Flexibility makes it all sustainable. Start with 1 or 2 that resonate most. Build them slowly. Add others as they become natural. Your next steps. Here's what I want you to do right now. 1. Choose one habit that sparked something in you. 2. Make it small to start. Consistency over intensity. 3. Stack it onto something you already do. 4. Give yourself 30 days to let it become natural. 5. Be flexible if it needs adjusting. Remember, you're not trying to become a different person overnight. You're becoming more of who you already are, just with better systems supporting you. The version of yourself you're trying to become isn't some distant fantasy. That person is you, with better habits. And you can start building those habits today. Your transformation doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence, patience, and the wisdom to work with yourself instead of against yourself. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is, are you ready to start? What's one habit from today's episode that you're going to implement this week? Drop a comment and let me know. I read every single one, and your commitment helps inspire others on their journey too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Next week, I'm interviewing someone who completely transformed their life using systems like these, and you won't want to miss their story. Until then, remember, progress over perfection. Always.